I'm not a terrorist. State's attorneys, judges, you guys are the terrorists here, not me. Because there are no photos. There never was. And it's sad. And even though if I did take pictures in trial, the lawyer asked you guys if it was illegal to take pictures. And you guys said no. I didn't break no laws, but I still went to jail. That's the way it goes in Crook County. F, to bar any evidence or testimony related to defendant's relationship with Sheila Mannix or Illinois Family Court Accountability Advocate, IFCAA. That was granted. G, to bar any evidence or testimony relating to past arrest of defendant or his criminal history. That was granted. Well, 29 years ago when I was going out with my wife, when she was my girlfriend, sure, I got arrested. I don't know. I don't even remember. I didn't do anything. I grew up in a white neighborhood. Completely, it was mostly white. I was about the only minority. There was a couple other minorities in the neighborhood, but they stopped me 29 years ago. A rookie, he stopped me for my little light on my license plate, and I was around the block from my house. I mean, that would have been fine if they would have brought it up, because I didn't do anything. I didn't get justice there, but I didn't know. I was a teenager. I had no idea. He tried to take my keys out of my car. I said, "What are you doing?" And he arrested me because he was taking my keys out of my car. And I called my buddy right next to me, called my dad, the next block. He come over to see what was going on, and they arrested my dad too. You forgot to do that too. We didn't do anything. But in this crooked world, you can't say anything, even though in the Constitution you have a right to say stuff. But we don't use our Constitution because it is run by crooks. Okay, that's this one here. We got other stuff. During court, I was going with Marie Kuriakos Cecil. She was one of the judges, first judges. I S.O.J'd her. And I have letters here where it says, okay, from... Here we go. This is to Mrs. Jaime Hernandez. You are court ordered to undergo a clinical evaluation at Forensic Clinical Services pursuant to court order issued by Judge Marie Kuriakos Cecil. Now they want to force my wife to go see a psychiatrist. She has nothing to do with this. But I already knew what they were doing. Russ Stewart knows all about this, but he ignored it. I said, Russ, this is a big deal. Luckily, we have everything. We have copies and everything. We send copies to other people. This is illegal. The judge knows it. Judge Donnelly knows it. Oh, that was a mistake. Judge Donnelly, we got two of them. Mrs. Marie Hernandez. 2 letters that she has to go to a psychological evaluation. No, you can't do that. She had nothing to do with my case, but you're trying to get me to stop what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop. Even though you guys put me in jail, I'm not going to stop. No way. Okay. And that's that. And I even got here, Internal Affairs. When I went to the Internal Affairs, I made all this stuff, When I first went to Internal Affairs, the guy that saw me right away, he said, we're not going to fire anybody. Why I'm saying that right now is because when we're in trial, in jury, one of the state's attorneys went to the jury and told the jury, these guys have so much to lose. They're not going to lie. They're not going to lie. They have too much to lose. They have nothing to lose. They know they're not going to get fired. I was told by Internal Affairs, no, but we're not going to fire anybody. So, under oath, you have state's attorneys lying. You have sheriff's lying. But it doesn't make a difference here. It doesn't make a difference. There's that. And then, as we were fighting that, Stewart was fighting and all that, the main thing was trespassing and resisting arrest. We finally beat trespassing because the stuff that I wrote up here, Russ Stewart didn't write anything up. He would ask me in front of the judge sometimes. When the judge would ask him, he would whisper to me, do you have that case law? And I would just look at him like, he's my lawyer. I'm paying my lawyer, but he doesn't know what he's doing. So they finally dropped trespassing. You got trespassing and resisting arrest. They dropped trespassing. They left resisting arrest. And I asked them, what was I resisting? The air? This is kind of stupid. You drop trespassing, and then they would not tell the jury. The judge knew it, state's attorney. They're not going to tell the jury that they dropped trespassing. Because if you drop trespassing, then you have nothing afterwards. Because if you didn't trespass, then I never would have been arrested. But they're going to leave that resisting because they have to leave something there. Just, if they drop those two, that means the other stuff at the end, battery, resisting arrest, and aggravated assault, supposedly what I did, which I didn't do, but, Mr. Gaydon and Mr. Reynolds. And Reynolds, under oath, said it was kind of odd when I seen him, Mr. Hernandez, the defendant, sitting on the hallway, tying his shoes laces back. He said that was odd. And then I was on the phone. Well, why would it be odd? When you take somebody in jail, they take their shoelaces off. But I forget, Reynolds, you were a rookie when you kind of screwed up my life. You were in the job 5 months. And Mr. Gaydon, when you testified, you didn't testify any of that stuff. You testified that I was outside. You didn't see me do the shoelaces. So you got two lies. One of them a lying. I know I was putting my shoelaces. Reynolds. Gaydon lied. He was a rookie too, 5 months. Because they were out there. They were inside the building when I supposedly was taking pictures of security. And Sergeant Boyd was right there. You guys were right next to him like little puppies. And he was ready to give you orders. And you guys took his orders. And you guys, did what you had to. So, Mr. Stewart, I gave you all kinds of written instructions. You didn't take my written instructions. All that stuff I told you, you just ignored everything. Even you tried to sue me, which you already got paid, which was wrong. Even the judge said, what are you trying to do? You can't sue your client while you're on in court. Okay, and Mr. Donnelly, and for the record, I always told you, there's a conflict of interest in all this other stuff. I've had other things, with my business, when you're trying to do something good, you guys try to dog the shit out of everybody. And with my business and everything else, you guys know what you're doing. You guys are professional gangsters. Here we got my company, number 07M1116723. That was notice of intent to appeal and request for extension of time with Judge Donnelly for another case and response to Judge Donnelly's order to show cause. We got all kinds of stuff here for other stuff. So, Mr. Donnelly, when you were in this Daily Center, you were looking at my case here in room 1401. You were at 555 doing my other case on this. So I think that was conflict of interest. But I told you and put it on the record. You know what I was talking about, but you just try to blow it off. You can't blow this one off. And when I was with that other stuff, I even went against Judge Hyman. Judge Hyman, you got some gangster backing you up, for, I don't know what for. Judge Hyman, when I went up against you and I showed you this, all this stuff here, I don't have time for this. You guys took me twice when I went there, twice to the back room with Judge Sherlock. Judge Sherlock, another crook. I don't know why you guys keep on doing this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything on the website, and you guys can see what's going on here.